Football is one outlet for their frustration. But what does life on the dole do to young black men?
Their lives, and they're in a set pattern. They're moulded already. They've got no will to get up anymore and go and look for a job because they've been discriminated, they've been pushed back so much that in the end, they learn to survive on the street. They have their own street culture. They have their own street sense of living. And it's to them, that's their knowledge, that's their way of living. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you was to take another person, a white person who was used to going in an office, who was a pen pusher, and put him on the streets, he wouldn't know how to survive. So it's just the same, except they're not getting the opportunities they should be getting.
There is unrest in Butetown, but perhaps there's also hope in the fact that the man spearheading the new developments is a bitter opponent of racism in all its forms.
A third of all employers discriminate. I would say it's equally as bad in Cardiff, possibly more. Around Butetown here, for instance, we have helped many small companies, yet when we go around those companies to check on how they're getting on and so on, you never see black faces, you know? And I'm determined that in future, when we're involved in the business of giving grants and so on, that we will make certain that the local youngsters are given that chance. Otherwise, they won't have the cooperation from the local authorities that they've had up to now.
My time, my place, it's you I'm out to impress.
The young people of Butetown make the best of things. Tiger Bay is very far from dead. There are bands, dance groups, the football team. But the seeds of alienation are there. They're aware of the differences. Theirs is becoming a separate culture.
They got nowhere to go, nothing to do. They got no money, so they got nothing to lose. And living off the street is something that politicians and MPs and members of parliament don't understand. You have to live there to understand what it's all about. And Margaret Thatcher lives in her world, and we live in ours, and it's totally different.